5 minutes, and I was thinking, what do I want to talk about? I want to talk about ML engineering, like very briefly. So my name is Bumi Akeremi, and I'm an ML engineer at Kochava. And Kochava is one of the biggest firms in the US that deals with marketing advertising. So not your regular ML classification kind of thing. Is anyone familiar with machine learning? Just okay. So I just want to talk about my experience working in ML engineering and help you debug some myths and some truths. So I started learning ML or data science in 2019, and I started like a rookie, like a newbie, like everybody else. Installed Python, did pandas and NumPy, just like the other speaker talked about. And I did that for like 6 months. And I started hearing about deep learning, about AI, about NLP. What was all this one? So I was doing all these things and I got bored because I'm a very curious person. I love maths. I love hard stuff. I love anything that is really technical. So I continued and I said, okay, let me learn about deep learning. So when I go to deep learning, I was like, this is a very strange world because I'm not using tabular data. I mean, I know Excel, yeah, I know like all these things, but this is strange. And then they said neural networks. Oh my God, my head. Neural networks. And then they said, oh, you need to know linear algebra. You need to know calculus. Well, I studied computer science with math, so yeah. But then I was getting afraid because I started reading research papers at that very stage. And I was seeing math, I'm like, Jesus. So for me, it was kind of scary because I'm just learning deep learning. I mean, I just got 6 month experience to data science, and it was all very strange. So I continued regardless. I met, I think, Elisha. I think I saw him somewhere here. So I saw Elisha, and he encouraged me, even though the encouragement was small yabbing, like, Bumi, But I continued, and I learned that there is more to data science, right? I learned about the world of AI. I learned about what I can do, right? I learned about computer vision. And from being just a data science rookie, I grew to now, I can say I'm an analytics engineer, right? Working at the forefront of improving your ads experience. So the ads you see on your phone, right? I'm here at the background helping advertisers give the right budget so that you get the ads that are relevant to you and they get the benefit that they want. So that's been like the whole summary of my ML career. But then some pitfalls I had was, there was one time that I almost deleted code base. And then, and then another time, rookie, I was working in the
You've got
same...
1 minute.
1 minute, okay. I was working in the same environment as the data scientists. When you think that you are smart, you see those guys there, they are geniuses. Some people just write code, and you're like... Even my guy here for Niger self, reach half. So, and we're working in the same environment, and I was supposed to put this to production. So I did the refactoring. I did that for 2 weeks. I don't know, I shall did something. Everything. When everything clear, then you pause. You're like, should I cry? Should I shout? Who should I tell? And for that few minutes, I was lost. And then that's when I actually knew how JIT works. Sometimes you don't know. You start JIT, reverse, JIT, F, JIT, JIT.
Rounding up.
But then I think overall, it's been an amazing experience for me. And if you're looking to start a career in ML engineering or ML AI, I think you should go for it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I want to talk about crowdsource Google. Please, how many of us here know about crowdsource Google or Google crowdsource? You don't know crowdsource of Google crowdsource? Cool. Then I think that's a nice talk. So, if you go online and search, you type food, Food on Google. What do you see? Do you see a Nigerian? Do you see a lot of Nigerian foods? Do you see like our own African food? No, because there are a lot of data. One of Google's idea or vision is to make data accessible to anyone. So if you go to Google and you search for food and you're not getting it, it's because you are not people in Nigeria are not contributing to the Google AI or anything that Google is trying to put out there. So we have what we call Google crowdsource, where you can support your own system. You are eating a food. You can just snap it and send it to Google. This is Eba. This is Egusi. Then it's building your local food community so that when someone come down to Ghana, sorry, to Nigeria, and they are looking for good food, and they search for Nigerian food, they can see your food. They can see where to get the best restaurant. Have you been to a place whereby, like, for example, you are in another country, then you search the best restaurants nearby? How does Google get to know the best restaurants nearby? It's because of you. You see, have you, do anyone here, do you get anything like, how was this place by Google? Have you gotten that before? Yes, that's good. That's helping Google to tell people that this is a better place when they come here, this and that. So if you want to get to know how to contribute to Google's AI to make sure that your country is the best place and you to get the safest place, or maybe mapping system, you wonder how Google knows every corner, like in the map. Like if you get to anywhere, you ask for Google, maybe map here, they can still teach you. It's because people there are helping. People there are saying that, okay, this is the zone, this is this. So if you want to know more about Google crowdsource and how to contribute, there's a reward when you're contributing, yes? So if you want to know more about it, you can log on to goo.gle/CLC, and then you can get started. No, I'll do the better talk on Saturdays, but it's goo.gle/CLC. So we're going to contribute to Google crowdsource. Whatever you're doing, take a picture, send it. Your languages, make sure that, I was happy to see that today Google has launched the new translation languages, where I saw a lot of some of Nigeria's language, meaning people are contributing. It's very good to contribute. When you're taking a food, take a picture. Your language is there, pictures, everything. And then Nigeria can be a cool place for people outside to come and see what is good here and what's nice here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So I'll be talking on catching error the right way. So it's just basically on Python error handling. So I believe we know what Python error handling means. That is, when an error happens in Python, what do I do? What do I do? How do I handle this? How do I do that? So most of us already know how to handle errors in Python, but there are some conventions or some things we need to keep in mind when we're doing something like this. So I would have loved to present this to be larger, but unfortunately I can't. So, but I'll just keep it going this way. So, targeting the error, not all the code. So, when using try and catch block, ensure you only wrap the code that might show the exception, not everything. As you can see in this snippet here, I wrote my try, and I had a lot of code here, and I have an exception here saying file not found. But this is the only line that only matters to the exception. So what I could have done is by doing it better by wrapping the essential part that where I was expecting the error by with the try and catch. So expecting this line to fail, and I know how to catch that particular line instead of catching all of the code. Then my second point is explicit error handling. So catch specific exceptions rather than using a general except exception clause. This makes your code easier to debug and maintain. So most of us, we make this kind of,
Hello, please, let's reduce the noise. There is a talk going on, please.
So
Can
most
continue.
of us make this kind of, we write this kind of code, which is not good enough. I'm not saying it's not good, but there's a better way. By catching the expected exception instead of doing a generic exception. An example is when you do something like this and you're trying to trying to use a get operation to get data from the database. Now, in my keyword here, unfortunately, I can't do it better than this. So you just help me with this. I can share the slide, right? So assuming I have ID is equal to something here, yes, I'm trying to get, so yes, that kind of exception is expected, saying user is not found. But imagine I have something like user.get name is equal to a name, and my user object does not have name. There'll be a different kind of exception that'll be raised here. But unfortunately, I am catching everything. I'm not catching when the field is not available in the model, which is a problem, which means this is not good enough. So you could do it better, right? That's my second point. The third point is custom exception. We make a mistake by raising exception every time. But we can do this better. Okay, so I'll give a good example. I did if demand is greater than supply, raise exception, right? Can you understand this error? It says trace back, raise exception. If you see this error message, do you know what that means? Does it give you any sense of reasoning what could be wrong? I think that is a no, right? But imagine I create an exception, limited supply error. And I say if demand is greater than supply, raise this exception, limited supply error. And if you're reading the logs, you see something like trace back, raise limited supply error. Automatically you can relate and say, oh, I need to go and add more to the demand, to the supply. And you can easily do things. So errors are meant to make you understand what to do better. So that's why I tell people, errors are your friend. Try to read them to understand what it's telling you. They are actually telling you a message. You need to pay attention to the error message and make your life better, right? So I think that's the 3 points I have. I hope I didn't exceed my time. So thank you for joining me today. Now go forth and handle your errors with steal.